Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Grimstone, the Wells, Brother Menashe DC Camp, with another short impromptu lesson to edify the hopeful elect. Yeah, so always remember the prophecies speaking in these last days. Understand that the Lord Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is going to allow his elect to see what's going on, all right? And you just have to agree, with the apostles of the Lord Yahushua that this is it, man. This is it. So I'm going to read the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. All right, so it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Yes, always remember, man, the Lord's always going to fine tune his elect to understand what's going on, so you're able to judge appropriately, all right? And then verse 2 says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Yep. And that's what's going on now, man. With that message that the prophets, put down on paper, it's been revealed now. The elect are getting a proper understanding, they're getting the full understanding of the words that were put down around the scrolls, right? And it's all spiritual, right? That the Lord Yahweh Shai is giving us that understanding to see what's happening in the world. And then verse 3 says, for the vision is yet from the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So this is the end. Yeah, the end of what? The end of the Edomites' rulership. All right, the end of Esau's dominion upon the face of the earth. And, the Lord already said that his words are faithful and true. All right. So it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So, hey, you just have to be appreciative of what the Lord has done. The Lord has preserved his elect to this very moment. All right. And ever since, that we're able to maintain our lot. And then you just understand, man, Esau's upset, man. He's always going to pull out the stops to make sure that the people go along with our agenda to get the marinara sauce. Yeah, so, it's so disgusting, to see someone that claims to be in authority and pretend to have the people's best interest at heart. But he's up to nefarious things, sinister motives, right? And that's Esau for you, And hey, it's all part of prophecy, and they're gonna fail miserably, all right? So our brothers already talked about this issue. If you don't have the permit slip for your marinara sauce, you're not gonna be able to fly. So hey, to hell with it. You just got to take what the Lord has put before his apostles, before his prophets, to walk the straight and narrow path. And that's what you got to deal with. You got to avoid all this, man. All this unnecessary
Now to the
things.
latest on the COVID vaccines. A major airline CEO saying eventually all international passengers will be required to show proof of vaccination. This is raising new questions on how far vaccine rules will go.
So just imagine, man, they don't allow you to go international without your so-called permit. Next phase is to make sure you don't go locally. All right, without a permit. Okay, so it's all, gradualism, tightening noose, turning up the heat.
Our James Longman is in London with all the details this morning. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Michael. Yeah, COVID-19 has already taken so much from us, not least the chance to go on vacation. But just how will large numbers of people feel safe getting back on a plane again? Well, one airline is saying you may have to have the vaccine before they let you fly.
Overnight, one of the world's top airlines, Qantas, has announced all international passengers may soon be mandated to start getting the COVID-19 vaccination in order to fly.
What we're looking at is how you can have a vaccination, a passport, an electronic version of it that certifies what the vaccine is it acceptable to the country.
Yeah, so that's all it is, it's all about the puppets doing the will of the so-called masters behind the scene that call the shots. So just understand, man, be pleased with what's going on. You just have to accept it to know it's necessary. That the Lord, opens up your mind to see what these elites are up to, because they're just envious that they're about to get kicked out of that rulership position, right? So always remember, when you even read Matthew chapter 7 verse 13, it says, enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Yeah, so the agenda that these elites are pushing, man, is not really compatible with the salvation of the elect. All right, that's the reason why the Lord wants his elect to go through the strait gate, that position of difficulty. You shouldn't be striving to get comfortable with Esau's rulership. Right? Verse 14 says, because strait is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Yep. So just understand, man. All this, broadcasting of the net to ensnare our people, it's not gonna have any lasting effect on the elect, because the elect has already been accounted for by Hamashiach Yahushai. Yeah, so just understand that, man. Don't be afraid. Don't be, don't lose your confidence, man. Just have faith. Have faith. That's all it boils down to. And Hamashiach Yahushai.
You're traveling to.
The CEO of Qantas saying he expects other airlines to now follow suit.
Talking to my colleagues in other airlines around the globe, and I think it's going to be a common theme across the board.
And we could soon see similar requirements in other parts of our lives.
Airlines, businesses, and schools are going to be concerned about legal liability if anybody contracts COVID-19 on a plane or in a school or at a place of employment.
Essential workers will likely be required to get the vaccine, with a pushback against forcing people.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. All right, so you just have to understand that living in the last days requires a lot of dedication to the faith. Gotta be spiritual, all right, because they're gonna pull up every trick in the book to try to convince the people to go along with the marinara sauce. Yeah, so you just have to understand that it's what you have to go through. You can't get around it. You just have to fight through the storm, right? So that means what? You have to build your foundation upon the rock, all right? The testimony of Hamashiach Yahushai. Yeah, so always remember, man, whatever promise, that the so-called government has made to the people, always know that they're gonna break it, man, because the government is not really feasible. All right, it wasn't built to deceive the people. All right, so understand that, man, that the government don't have the people's interest at heart, and they're just there, to hoodwink and bamboozle. Yeah, so just know that this kingdom's not our kingdom, so we don't really have much to invest in it. So that's why the Lord Yahushua says, store up your treasures in the kingdom of heaven. And you have to go by the heavenly rules, the heavenly guidelines. You can't go along with the guidelines of this world if you're seeking, spiritual blessings.
To take vaccines could be fierce. According to a recent study, half of Americans say they aren't willing to take an FDA-backed vaccine.
There are going to be many lawsuits from people saying, I don't want to take that vaccine. But it might be very difficult for them to prevail on these lawsuits.
There's also talk of an app on your cell phone that'll function a bit like a COVID passport. It'll have...
And you know how it is, the news reports always going to be slanted towards the idea of you don't have any hope, that all you can do is just file lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, and then they have to give it to you forcefully. Yeah, but for the elect's sake, all right, the Lord will always have a barrier for the elect. All right, a hedge. All right, that hedge, it's going to be a spiritual hedge. It's not going to be some so-called lawsuit you have to file, some so-called petition. All right, so the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is in control. And that's one thing this elite are upset and angry about, man. That they can't move fast enough, but they have to rush. They have to rush. They have to rush, all right? And now you still got to deal with the issue of World War III. And you also have to understand the mark of the beast, the RFID, the microchip, all right? So they're pushing people into a corner so they can dominate the people and have them as peasants. And, they always want to keep their sights on the Israelites, right? You so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native Americans. That's, we are the people on their, the hit list, right? The main target is the nation of Israel, all right? It's just a struggle between the nation of Edom and the children of Israel, all right? That's, that rivalry. Okay, the rich man is not pleased with his riches, right? Because he understands that his riches can buy him time, so he has to try to circumvent, all right, the promise. Yeah, that Allah has already made with Israel. So I'm going to read from the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Why? Because of restrictions, because of, you got the so-called gatekeepers, so-called captains of industry that have been put in there to make sure that the plans of the elites are executed. So always understand, man, whenever I see this type of reports, always understand that the Lord put the situation there for you to learn, and then you move accordingly, according to the Spirit.
Details of your inoculation, as well as details of the travel restrictions in place in the country you're heading to. There is a lot of new stuff to get used to. Michael?
Yep. So, they're going to put the squeeze on Jake in these last days, man. They're already squeezing Jake financially. Now they gotta come after Jake psychologically harder and harder and harder. All right, and then you know how it is, man. It's a battle. All right, the battle. All right. So when you also read the book of Psalms, actually, Psalms 124 clearly tells you what the Lord has in store for His elect. I mean, you can always read it. All right, but the main point I'm going to read is going to be verse 6. It says, "Blessed be the Lord Yahweh Shemashah who hath not given us as a prey to their teeth." So this is for the elect, all right? 2/3 are going to go along with the program, all right? The man of the Lord will surely overcome, all right? And that's why the Lord Yahushua said we have to endure until the end, It costs you your shelter, costs you your job, costs you the relationship with your family and all that stuff. You have to maintain your integrity with the Lord, right? The Lord requires you to keep that sanctuary, all right? You gotta protect the message the Lord has given you, okay? So it's a battle against the flesh, all right? So the spirit has to be, has to be in tip-top shape, has to be in top form, all right, to overcome, because the battle is not gonna be an easy one. But when you have the Lord on your side, oh boy, you won't have any problems, you know, submitting yourself to Mashaki Awashai to let him guide you. All right. So, book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 30, it says that the righteous shall never be removed. All right. The righteous shall never be removed. That's a guarantee right there from the Lord. Okay. That whatever happens, we're going to maintain our lot. All right. You're not going to fall into the trap of the enemy. All right. To lose your inheritance. But the wicked shall not inherit the earth. All right. That's so good, right? That's a balance, right? Proverbs chapter 10, verse 30. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. And that's the reason why they want to get rid of the Bible, right? Because they know that when Akim have access to the Bible, they know that they can't, they can't, how you say it, have the victory that they desire, right? That's the reason why they have to push some perversion on TV, in the advertising and everything, and to make our people go off. But you know how it is, man. When you have the blood of Mashaki Awashai, the elect is covered, and the Lord is only concerned with the elect, all right, and one sort of our people, because that's basically all He needs, and the remnant spread out to all the four corners of the earth, all right. So you just gotta be grateful to the Lord that we're almost out of here, all right. So that's just the point that I can, don't be shedding your tears, for a place like this. It has to go down. So, let it go. All right. By Hashem Yahshua, by Hashem Kodash. Shalom.